continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz to move west-northwestward until it makes landfall over southern Taiwan today. It is then expected to leave the Philippine area of responsibility tonight or tomorrow morning. Still, tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 is raised over Batanes and Babuyan Islands. Typhoon Hana is expected to continue enhancing the southwest monsoon or habagat. Occasional to monsoon rains are possible over the western portion of Luzon and Antique in the next 3 days. Spilling operations are underway in some dams due to rains brought by Typhoon Hana and habagat. As of 6 in the morning today, Binga Dam in Itogon, Benguet had 6 gates open at 3.3 meters. Areas to be affected include barangays Dalupirip and Tinongdan. Meanwhile, Ambuklao Dam in Bocod, Benguet had 5 gates open at 2.5 meters. Residents of Barangay Ambuklao are expected to be affected. Now, over in Bulacan, a spilling operation was being conducted in one spilling gate open at less than a meter as of 8 in the morning. Residents living along low-lying areas are advised to take appropriate actions. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Interagency Council Against Human Trafficking suspends the revised travel rules for outbound Filipinos. The agency said the decision to suspend comes amid public concerns after the new rules drew flack last week. Now, under the revised guidelines, travelers were required to present proofs of financial capacity and employment. Original birth or marriage certificates may also be required for those whose trips are sponsored by a relative. The Justice Department had earlier announced the suspension of the implementation of the travel guidelines. Let's now take a quick look at other stories we're watching. A survey shows that former DSWD Chief Erwin Tulfo is the most preferred senatorial bet for the 2025 elections. It was conducted by Oculum Research and Analytics between July 17 and 31. The PNP says at least 169 individuals have been arrested nationwide for violating the election gun ban. About 98 firearms were also seized at various COMELEC checkpoints. And Gilas Pilipinas gets their first win in the 2023 FIBA World Cup against China, 96-75. This is also the country's first FIBA World Cup win in almost a decade. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 2 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.